Part two of Gachagua's, playbook, the book that Gachagua is reading from to get all these things he's doing as they are. So we had talked about setting the agenda, and we saw how Gachagua is using it much better to make sure that he's putting maximum pressure to the government. Ile yenye Wakenya wanasema kanyaga shingo umalizie kabisa. And then we talked about opposition theory. There is a opposition group trying to scrutinize everything that the government is doing, and under that they can also include what we've been talking about: sabotage, scrutinize, and they give an alternative. They talk into go in deeper into what the government is not doing for the people, that it should be doing that. Then they are giving an alternative that it should be done this way and that way and that way and that way and that way. So we get into that. We get another thing, another principle, another law that we're talking about here, of applying pressure consistently and sustaining that pressure on the political opponent, is what called coalition building. We've talked about this one already. Pressure becomes stronger when different groups with shared interest continually, continually increases pressure on the other person, on the other opponent. This is when you do it when you're a single person, doesn't bring in the needed oomph for power and all that. But when you do it with other people, it becomes much easier. If it's a group of people with the same interest, communicating the same thing to the people and scrutinizing the other person and saying that the other person has not done this and that, it becomes much easier. Raila used that. That is why he was in every government. As much as they would say he lost it during the elections, but you could find a way he could fix his people in those governments or those administrations. That is what he was doing. Then we have what you call public accountability. This is where you need to understand what's happening now in this country with Sifuna and Gachagua. They are trying to get approval from the public. They're trying to get approval from the public on what's happening around President William Samoei Ruto's administration. So leaders can be pressured through documented questions about promises, budgets, policies, performance, and public and what we call expenditures. And this is where they have stuck. Yes, this is where they have stuck. Sifuna doesn't say anything. This is where he is. Gachagua doesn't say anything. This is where he is. He wants to know. He really wants to know what is really happening over here. Has someone done that? You said you'll do this. Have you done it? We have they document all those questions, and they read those questions louder unto the people, and they repeatedly do the same. In every political party they go, that is what they do, because they want this one to stick in the minds of the people. President William Samoei Ruto said he will do 1, 2, 3. Has he done it? If he has not done it, ask him why he has not been able to do it. He promised he will deliver 1, 2, 3, 4. Has he delivered? And that is why Gachagua had the 4 years, Ruto at 4, because he wanted to go through the budgets and the promises that Ruto delivered unto the people. That has he delivered? It's 4 years now. Has he delivered? He's asking for the second term. Has he delivered? And the budgets, and then the policies, performance, and public expenditures. That is where they are sticking so much to get to understand what's happening in this government. And then we have political opportunity. Political pressure is mostly effective when institutions, public opinions, electoral scandals, policies and failures, or decision within the governing coalition create an opportunity for the change. You see, these other guys are looking into this, and they're saying, okay, this is an alternative over here. We are giving you. The government has failed to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, and they promised to deliver, but they haven't delivered. So we are giving an alternative onto this, and this is the alternative. Run with this alternative. Vote for us and give you an alternative. That is what Raila has been doing, and that is what Trump did in the US for him to get the second term as the president of the United States of America. And he might even do the same to see if he can be re-elected again for the third time. Okay, that one is under, yeah, a conversation for another day, but it's very much possible. So resource mobilization, political movements need